Color Belts. This is a combined yellow through black belt class. It is Tuesday, October 27th. Oops. What?
And adults.
Well, I said combined. Yellow through black.
Yeah.
I didn't say just kids.
Okay.
I said combined.
Okay.
Good help is?
Easy to find because I'm good help.
So anyway, Tuesday, October 27th. Hope you guys are off to a good start this week. We're going to continue with our grappling theme for the week. Before we do that, please, as always, stop the video, go to your app, click on curriculum, click on Lima online, and get your warm-ups done. Okay, once you're done with those warm-ups, we're going to continue back here. Okay, pause the video, and we'll see you back in a few. All right, welcome back, guys. So now that you're done with your basic warm-ups, we're going to do a little bit of a grappling warm-up. For our yellow and orange belts, especially the kids that haven't done much of this shrimping yet, just do the best you can. I'm going to break it down for you. I didn't break it down as much yesterday, but I'm going to do a little more detail today. Shrimping. When we shrimp, stay right where you are for a second, Senpai. Okay. When we shrimp, I'm laying flat on my back like this. What I need to do is I want to move my hips off the center line. So the first thing I do is I lift my hips up. See how my belly button's getting towards the ceiling here, and there's all this air beneath my bottom. Now what I want to do is I want to push my hips out to here. So to do that, I'm going to use my feet. My feet are going to push on the floor. The biggest mistake I see you guys make is as you try to shrimp out, your feet leave the floor. Like you're trying to jump out of position like this onto your side, and your feet disconnect with the floor. The feet are going to stay connected. So I lift, and with the feet connected, I push up onto my shoulder. And now my body's in the shape of a shrimp, like you find in the ocean. Okay? Right here. Notice I only have one shoulder on the floor, the other shoulder is directly above it. Now I pull my feet in and I straighten out. So I lift, now I'm going to shrimp the opposite direction. My hips are going to go out here, my feet do not leave the ground. I'm going to go all the way onto this one shoulder. This shoulder has to come off the ground, just like that. So that's what shrimping looks like from the side. You can do it with me right here, something down. Okay, so we're going to lift, and we're going to shrimp out to the side. Notice how our body, our hips are completely offline now. Now we straighten out, we pull our feet in. Lift, hips all the way up to the side. Straighten out. Lift, hips all the way out to the side. Okay? So let's do some shrimping around the house, guys. Make a few laps around the whole house. Let's try to get comfortable with it. Take some time, especially when you're new, you just don't seem to get it. All of a sudden the light bulb goes on and it's super, super easy. Now each time we show you a warm-up here, I want you to automatically pause the video on your own and go do the drill, okay? So you're pausing the video now and doing the drill. All right, so now that you're back, we're doing our partner shrimping. We're gonna do the exact same drill we just did, but a partner, mom, dad, brother, sister, husband, wife, are gonna stand over the top of your hips, okay? Now he's gonna put his hands on one shin just to kind of brace himself there, and he's gonna shrimp his hips out, the exact same motion. See how his hips came all the way out from between. Okay, now straightens out. I walk my way back up. Now he's gonna go on the other side. Straightens out, and the other side. Straightens out, and the other side. Good, just like so. Hop up. That's your partner shrimping. Like I said, you're gonna pause the video, come back when you guys are done. All right, welcome back. Now we're gonna do some floor drills. We're gonna do some bear crawls. Okay, so when we do the bear crawl, you know, bear crawl around your whole house, chase the dog, chase the cat, whatever you want to do. Okay, hands down like this. And we're gonna just crawl like a bear, and we're gonna do a little wag of the tail at the same time. Okay, pause video, come back when you guys are done. Okay, welcome back. Now we're moving on to gorilla walks. When we do a gorilla walk, our wrists are going to be super straight like this. Okay, you can't have any bend in your wrist, and our hand position is going to be opposite of what we normally punch. We normally punch, we turn our hand over like this. For the bear crawl, we want our hands like this for support. I mean gorilla walk, not bear crawl, gorilla walk. So from here, reach out with two hands, okay? See how my hands are sideways? They're not in that punching motion because I'll roll my wrist very easily like this. Okay, I'm gonna reach out, bring the feet forward, just like so. Okay, gorilla walks, have fun. Next one, we're gonna do some hip walking. This one's challenging as well, okay? When we do the hip walk, we're gonna turn our body sideways. We're gonna drop to a knee. Now I'm going in this direction, so that's the foot I have up. When I do this, all I'm literally doing is falling onto my hip, like so. What a lot of you guys do when you do it wrong is you try to get your knee out in front of you like this. And that messes the whole hip walk up. So from here, I'm just gonna fall to my hip, just like I'm sitting, and now I'm gonna swing that back leg around. That opens our hips up. Now I'm gonna fall to the hip and swing it around. Fall to the hip and swing it around. We'll show you that one again. One back, something like that. You were off screen there, bud.
I was?
Yep. Right there. Okay, we're gonna drop to the hip, swing it around. Drop to the hip, swing it around. Drop to the hip, and swing it around. And that's it, okay? Pause the video, come back when you guys are done. All right, welcome back. So, nice and warmed up now. Done our hip walk, we've done a bunch of stuff. Hope the hips are feeling good. Now, something I forgot to show you guys yesterday. I just want to go over the Gable grip. Okay, Dan Gable is an Olympic wrestler, a Hall of Famer. He created this one grip. So lots of people, when they grip their hands, they lock their hands many different ways. Okay, there's lots of different kinds of holds that you can have with your grips. The Gable grip, we're going to pretend that our fingers and thumbs are all connected. They don't disconnect at all. We don't have opposable thumbs for the Gable grip. Now, a lot of people, when you say put your hands together and grip, they do this and they wrap their thumbs like this. The problem with that, Senpai Bailey, come here please, is with my thumb here, Senpai Bailey can just peel that thumb off. So what we do is we cover the thumb here and we keep it as tight. Now you still have one thumb kind of minimally exposed, but for the most part it's protected. The other one's completely protected. Because those fingers are covered and the thumbs are covered, it's hard to peel the hands apart. That is called the Gable grip. So practice that. Over the top and fold. Okay, just like that. We're gonna use the Gable grip in a lot of our different holds, okay? Especially, just you gotta get comfortable with that, whether I'm holding him here. This is a Gable grip, okay? This would be a Gable grip in here, but we're not working those today.
This is a Gable grip.
Yes, that is a Gable grip. Now, we're gonna review positions again that everybody needs to know. We're gonna go through these quickly. These are on the yellow and orange belt test. I know for our adult yellow and orange belts, you guys have a little bit more advanced curriculum than the kids' curriculum. And then some of what we're showing the kids is a little more advanced than they would normally do. Just do the best you can. We're giving you some stuff to work on at home, that's all. Okay? So, first position that we need to know about in grappling, dead man's position right here. Okay, in this position right here, I cannot protect myself. Senpai Bailey can hit me, he can smack me, he can pull my hair, he can choke me, okay? I can't punch, I can't kick, I can't do anything. Never, ever, ever turn your back to your opponent. The top person has control. Let me flip over, please. Next position. This is called the mount. Our standard mount looks like a tabletop. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, he's in a high mount. We have low mounts where he's using his weight to make it harder for me to breathe. And we have a postured up, ground and pound mount position where we're sitting on top just like so. This position is still not very good for me, but it's better than having my back to him because my hands are at least in front of me to try to protect, okay, to try to grab him, but eventually something's gonna get through there, okay? But this is much better than having my back to him, okay? Next position is the side mount. Okay, when we do the side mount, hop up for 1 second. Bottom person, I want you to put your arms just like this. I want you to look like a T-Rex. Okay, one arm's gonna brace his hip, the other arm's gonna come right across his throat, just to kind of support him a little bit. Keep some of his pressure off me. Now, Senpai Bailey has, what he has here, he's got an underhook on my head. He has a far side underhook on my other arm here. Okay, his knees are pulled in tight to the body with his knees spread as wide as he can. One is near my ear, the other is down by my hip, and his hips are low as opposed to if he brought his knees together, his hips are high and he doesn't have as good a balance. So when he spreads, he's nice and low. He's very hard for me to move here. Let's spin. Okay, so again, lift your head so they can see. He slides one hand underneath my neck, the other hand underneath this underhook. Here he's got this far side underhook. Oh my, what kind of grip do you have, Senpai Bailey?
A gable grip.
A gable grip, that's right. This is called a side mount. The top person is still in control at this point. Okay, let go. Ugh. And here, finally, we have the guard position. In the guard position here, his legs are wrapped high and tight around my waist. I'm gonna posture up because I don't wanna be laying down. If I'm laying like this and he's gonna use my head to pound on it, okay, he can choke me from here with like the chokes we worked on yesterday, okay? Okay, so there's different kinds of moves here. He can do arm bars and so forth. This guard position, the bottom has control. I wanna posture, keep your guard.
Trying to get it good.
And I wanna posture up. Hands right here on his hip bones, okay? Just like this. That's called the guard. Bottom person has control there. Now, we went over these yesterday. Let go. So you guys feel free to pause the video and rewind the video. Yellow and orange belts, you guys need to know those very, very well. So make sure you rewind it as much as you need to if you don't already know those positions. All right, so now that we're all done with the positions, we're gonna move into submissions. Now, 9-time UFC champ, Hall of Famer Matt Hughes said one time when he was here, and it echoed everything that we preach in class here, position before submission. Position before submission. What that means is you have to have a good, strong position that you're in control of the opponent before you try to submit them. And submitting means make them give up, tap out, finish them off, okay? So often, students try to get into a submission technique and they're not in a dominant position and then they end up getting reversed. So you guys want to make sure that you have a good position, like we just went over, before you try the submission. Now, the first submission that we're going to learn today, we've done our cross chokes and stuff. We did that yesterday. We're going to do an arm bar. It's called the Americana, also known as a key lock arm bar, also known as paint the floor. And for those of you that have like fallen into the addiction of watching Cobra Kai, paint the floor, go back to the original Karate Kid. Okay, when I say the original Karate Kid, I mean with Daniel LaRusso, Ralph Macchio playing Daniel LaRusso, Mr. Miyagi, that's the real Karate Kid. So check that out. You'll understand what I mean by paint the floor. But anyway, we're gonna show you this first position, this first submission. So Senpai Bailey has the mount position. I know. This is for yellow, orange, green, blue. You guys are mainly focusing on this technique right now. Okay, so Senpai Bailey's in this position. Maybe he's giving a little ground and pound with some slaps and stuff to the side of the head. Okay, my hands are up. Now he decides he wants to attack an arm. So he's going to attack an arm. He's going to attack the arm here. And it comes across on top of the wrist. He's going to drive that arm to the ground. Okay, now, my arm is on the ground. It's almost in the hello position. Now from here, Senpai Bailey, let's lift your head so they can see. Okay, normally we want the head down so he can't get punched. Now he wants this elbow as close to my ear as he can get it, and that hand's on top of my wrist. His free hand, he's going to slide under my bicep and on top of his own wrist. Now from here, he's going to lift the elbow. He's going to lift my elbow, but he's keeping his elbow on the floor here. He's keeping my hand pinned on the floor. He's going to slowly slide my hand towards his knee. Okay? Watch again. So he's in this position here. He drives that arm to the ground. He's on top of the wrist. This elbow's in the ear. He slides his free hand underneath my bicep and on top of his own wrist. Lifts the elbow and slides it towards the knee. Just like that. Let's show you from the side. Go very slow, guys, especially when you're practicing at home. When we let our partner know we feel it, we tap them. It's called tapping out. We tap early and we tap often. It's when you guys try to hold stuff too long is when people get hurt. So I'm in this position right here. Now I don't have a lot of flexibility in my shoulders, so I tap out pretty quick, okay? So he's gonna slide underneath my bicep, grab his own wrist. Now look how he lifts this elbow in the air, and he slides my hand along the floor. That's why we call it paint the floor. Okay, last time. You wanna be able to do both right and left, but you can't see the camera if he goes to the other side there now. And lift. Notice his head is down, so I can't really get a good shot at him, okay? All right, so that is for our yellow and orange belts, green and blue belts. You guys should review that. Actually, let's do all yellow, orange, green, and blue. I want you guys working the Americana today. It's been a while since you did that. All right, for our purple belts on the side. you guys are going to work the Americana from from the side mount here. So I have this arm here. Okay, Senpai Bailey's going to lean all his weight onto my upper body, kind of pushing my arm over further. Then he's going to sneak the hand that's under my head out and on top of my wrist, and it's pinned down. Look at that. Now lift your head. It's already in position. It's already in position. Now he keeps his elbow down on the floor, and look, the other hand's already underneath because of that far side underhook. Now he lifts the elbow and he slides it. Oh, that one's very, very tight. Watch again. So if you have a good side mount right here, you see how he's got this underhook. That underhook, show me your right hand. That underhook that's under my arm is already going to be in position to be underneath the Americana. So from here, he leans his body weight forward to try to get my arm across more. Then he sneaks his hand free and comes across. It's already top of the wrist. Look at the far side underhook. It's already underneath. Lift your head so they can see. Okay, then he lifts the elbow. It's not going to go very far because of my lack of flexibility. Good. Let's turn it on a little bit of a 45 here, okay? Again. So he leans, comes on top of that wrist and down, and he lifts the elbow and slides it. And there you go. There's your Americana from the side mount. All right? Now we're moving on. Purple belts. You're working your standard arm bar from the mount. Standard arm bar from the mount. Actually, this is for our purple and red belt. Standard arm bar from the mount. Senpai Bailey.
Isn't that just for purple too?
What's that?
Isn't that for purple?
Oh yeah, the Americana from side mount was purple. My bad. I'm getting all confused. You guys stick with what I just gave you, the Americana from the side mount. Now, the red belts. You have the mount, and I'm reaching up to choke you, or maybe I'm trying to push you off like this, and I'm extending my arms. So, Senpai Bailey first has to decide what arm he wants to attack. Right now, he wants this arm right here, so he's going to surround that arm. Notice his inside hand is on top. He's going to pop up into a horse stance. Boom. He's going to bring his inside hand and grab the inside hand, Senpai Bailey. Grab the wrist. Now he's going to step around my head, and he's going to sit as close to my shoulder as he can. I like to sit right on the shoulder like he is now and ride it off to the side. Pull that arm, pull on it. Good. Now here, you want to be as close to the shoulder as you can. You want my arm on your lower hip. Lower hip means the hip closest to your feet. You want the thumb up. And now here he's going to squeeze his knees together. He's going to pull down on the arm and push up with his hips. Okay? Watch again. I reach up with two hands. Boom. He decides what arm he wants. He surrounds that arm. Means he's going around that arm and he goes in between with the other hand. He pops up in the horse stance, grabs that wrist, steps around and over the head, sits as close to my shoulder as he can, and pulls on the arm as he falls. So it's in nice and deep. From here, you want to make sure the thumb is rotated up. If it's this way, you don't have the move. I can do it at a hitchhiker. Squeeze the knees, hips up to the sky as you pull down on the wrist. Okay? Let's do it from this side.
Sorry.
Come down, please. He reaches around the arm he wants, pops up, grabs the wrist, steps around the head, sits, pulls the arm snug, pull down on your lower hip, and push up. Now, for those of you that are a little bit more advanced and want to do this in a few less steps, you decide what arm you want. When I reach up, you plant the one hand, you immediately grab the wrist. On the second step, instead of just going to the horse stance, go to the, no. Go back down. Just jump up. Instead of just going to the horse stance there, he's never going to let this foot really touch. He's going to swing that right over my head. Boom. And down he goes. Closer. You have to sit closer, Senpai Bailey. Okay, again. Once you're around, take your time. Boom. Grabs, pops up, over the head, sits close. Pull the arm. There you go. Pull it as you sit. And that's it. All right. Brown belts. You guys are doing a single arm bar from the guard. Now, by the way, pause. I know that some of the parents and students had emailed that, man, they wish each belt level was broken down, one belt level at a time on each video. Listen, guys, there's a reason why. Well, there's many reasons why we don't do that. Time is obviously one of them. But the other reason is every move, if I'm working on brown belts now, every move that I've shown you up to this point, the brown belts need to know. And you're getting a review. If you're fast forwarding the video, you're missing the whole point of this. We are giving you spoon-fed review. You need to be taking advantage of that, okay? So you need to be working, not just this move, all the previous moves. Okay, we're inside the guard here. I'm inside Senpai Bailey's guard. Maybe I start trying to think about passing the guard. Maybe I'm doing something back here. I'm not thinking about this arm. Maybe I'm pushing on his chest. Maybe I'm trying to choke. Maybe I'm a newbie, I'm a rookie, and I try to do a choke from in here, and I can't do that choke from inside the guard. He's gonna secure my wrist. Now, whichever side that arm is on, that's the side he's going to with the arm bar. So he's gonna release the guard and put one foot on the floor. He's gonna shrimp his hips out to that side, kick that leg over the head, bring the other leg up, extend his hips. Now look how his hips go up in the sky. Okay, and push forward. That's it. Now the key here is this, guys. Whichever side this arm is on that he's attacking, that's the foot that goes down. That's the direction that you hip out to or shrimp out to, and that's the leg that goes over the top. So again, he's in the guard. He grabs, that foot goes down, he shrimps out, kicks over the head, brings the other leg up, and then just pushes the hips up to the sky. Now, very important parts here. One, don't let this hand slide at all down your chest as you're preparing to hip up. Okay, I'll show you why here. Go ahead. Just do the second part. If he tries to do that, he doesn't have an arm bar, I can do what we call stacking, and that's my escape right there, okay? So you got to keep that arm extended, okay? Here. Now, he can also, instead of putting that foot on the floor, he can brace it on my hip if he wants. Right there. So shrimp out and then kick over the top. Drive those hips up to the sky. Boom. Let's turn it from the side here. Okay, guard. He grabs it. He puts his foot on the hip or the floor. It doesn't matter. He shrimps out. Kicks that leg over the top. Brings the other leg up. You don't need to fish it around this leg. This arm can be in here. And he drives his hips up to the sky. Even if I try to stand, he just holds on, and he's got an arm bar upside down. Okay? One more time from the other side. Grab, shrimp out, kick over. There's your arm bar from the guard. Okay? Finally, we're going to move on to black belts. Black belts, you guys are going to be working your clock arm bar. Hop up. Now, this is a direct incorporation of our clock drill, but this all starts because this guy in the bottom broke the golden rule of where to put this arm. I know if I'm underneath his side mount, this arm is either needs to be here. I want the far side underhook as opposed to him. Or it needs to be here across his throat. But I made the mistake, I put it here. Now here's the problem. This arm is gift wrapped for an arm bar. So Senpai Bailey's gonna work the clock drill. We'll show you a couple angles. One, he's gonna bring this arm that's underneath, around, he's gonna hug that arm. Now he's gonna do his clock drill without taking any weight off me. He's gonna drive my arm across my own chest, but keeping his weight down. Now watch how he slides his knee down the side of my body. Way down. Keep going. Now, from here, you can't let go. Go back, go back, go back. Can't let go. You let go, it won't be there. So grab that arm, work your way around, lay it on my chest, keep it on my chest, slide your knee all the way down the side. Now, freeze. Tuck that foot in by my head. You're going to sit as close to the shoulder as you can. This leg has to remain on the other side of the head. Pull that arm straight. You just have to bring this knee up a little bit. You don't have to free it. It does not need to come across the body. The one that's over the head has to stay on top of the head. The other one does not. And there's his arm. Let go, let go. When I tap, you let go immediately. Immediately. Come here. So I have this arm in the wrong position. Okay, he brings this arm around. He grabs that arm. Now he starts his clock drill. Keeping that arm tight. Slide that knee down along the body. No letting this arm go. Slowly sit. Bring this knee up just a little bit. This leg must be on top of the head. Straighten it out. Straighten it out. Okay. Good. And then hips up. Good. Again. This arm's in the wrong place. Okay? He reaches around, he hugs it. He's like, that is a, hug it more. Hug it more. Hug it with your left arm. Like it's the most important thing that you ever got. Okay? Now you work around. Lay it across the body. Keep that left arm hugging it. Hug it with your left arm. There you go. Slide the knee down the body. And then just sit back and bring that arm up. Good. This has to come up a little bit. And that's it. Oh. All right. So my Bailey's made me tap out enough times for today. So if you have any questions, guys, ask. Email us, ask us in class. Rewind the video as many times as you need to. Get lots and lots of reps in. Now, real quick before I let you guys go, it is Halloween week. We have to touch base on our Halloween safety tips. One, I don't know how many of you guys are actually going to be going trick-or-treating. It's kind of a weird year with COVID. If your township's having it or you're going somewhere else or you're tempted to go to Halloween parties, be smart about what you guys are doing. Think about what you're doing. But let's talk about the Halloween safety trips. Let's pretend there's nothing special going on this year like COVID and we're just going out trick-or-treating. Whether I'm talking to an adult, please move out of the camera. Whether I'm talking to an adult who has children to think about or whether I'm talking to the kids. Trick-or-treat safety tips, critical. First of all, first adults. If you're driving out and about on Friday, know the kids are going to be out trick-or-treating. You have to be aware of this, and you have to be careful. Look for them to be running out from between cars because they're not paying attention. Think. They have lower peripheral vision because of their masks. All right, now, for those trick-or-treaters, we have Halloween trick-or-treat rules here at Leading Edge. Rule number one. If you're going to trick-or-treat, you must trick-or-treat with a grown-up. That's right. Now, I know some of the older teenage students are like, man, I'm 12, I'm 13. I don't need a grown-up. Listen, here's my rule. If you think you're old enough that you don't need a grown-up, then you're too old to trick-or-treat. That's right. If you think you're old enough that you don't need a grown-up to watch you, then you need to go get your own candy and not go asking strangers for candy. Okay? If you think you're of the age that it's appropriate to trick-or-treat, then you're at the age that you need to be with a grown-up. Rule number two, I know our grown-ups are slow. They're pokey. They take their good old time getting out and about. They're staring at their phones. They're drinking their coffee. And you're like, come on, Mom. Come on, Dad. We want to get to the next house. No matter how pokey Mom and Dad are, there's no racing ahead of Mom and Dad. That's how you get lost. That's how you get kidnapped. That's how you accidentally run out in front of a car and get hit. Not a good idea. We stay right by Mom and Dad's side. That brings me to point number three. When you do get to an intersection, no matter how slow Mom and Dad are, you stay right by Mom and Dad's side as you cross that street. Crossing that street is dangerous, guys. You're wearing dark costumes, lots of cars zipping around. You got to be smart. Got to be careful. Okay. Next trick-or-treat tip: no matter how tempting it is, no matter how nice somebody seems, we don't go in anybody's house to get their candy. We don't go in their house. If they're really treating to trick-or-treaters, they're catering to trick-or-treaters, that candy's going to be at the front door. You get that candy at the front door with Mom and Dad right behind you. Finally, the last tip. I know you guys have been out trick-or-treating all night. You're working up a big appetite. No matter how hungry you get trick-or-treating, there is no eating any candy at all until you get home and Mom and Dad have a chance to go through the candy and make sure it's safe for you to eat. That's right. I know you might be like, man, butterscotch, oh, that's my favorite. Oh, Tootsie Rolls, I'm just going to eat one. There's no eating any candy until Mom and Dad get to check it all. They're checking to make sure it's safe for you to eat. Checking to make sure that nobody's put any razors in there, needles in there, poisons in there, that there's nothing in there that you're allergic to or that's spoiled or unopened, or opened up, that they don't want you to eat. And also, Mom and Dad need a chance to pick up their favorite piece of the candy. So no eating any candy until you get home and Mom and Dad check through it all. All right, guys, that's your training for today. Thanks for training hard. Thanks for being Lima Strong. We'll see you online, and we'll see you on the mat. Oos.